Y'all, I'm literally being woke up out my sleep night after night about this. And I'm just going to speak on it. I'm going to speak on what I need to speak on. It's simple as that. You can either take it, you can leave it. It's totally up to you. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. We all have free will. But I'm going to deliver the message that I received. I've been having dreams constantly. Basically about destruction. Destruction coming to, all I can say is the world. I'm not even going to say just the body of Christ, but the world. And it's coming because of sin in the world. Because of all the different practices. I'm not going to say, well, I guess you could say religions too, but all the different practices. You guys need to realize that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the light. You're not going to get to heaven or anything good or great unless you're seeking Him first. So, I know this is God because it's just heavy on me, and it just keeps happening. I even have friends, or I'm going to say associates, and things like that deal with some of this stuff. And I'm not judging you. I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. I'm going to say that again. I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. I love you. God loves you. But you have to do what's right, okay? You have to do what's right. Y'all, all these crystals, and some of y'all getting manifesting confused. It's all through Jesus Christ. It's all through Jesus Christ. It's not charging these crystals. It's not getting energy from the SUN. See, what you don't understand is stuff has been twisted to make you feel good and make you feel like that's the way. It'll tell you to use the SUN to charge yourself, or the light of whatever. Jesus is the light. Jesus is the Son, SON, of God. It's just twisted it up and made you think that it's these other things, and it's not. It's not. Some of y'all know better, but you've been hurt by people that were supposed to be leaders, so you thought, oh, well, I'm gonna go find out for myself. Yeah, find out, but don't get it twisted. It's still Jesus Christ. It's still Jesus Christ. Man can hurt you every day. Man could mess up every day. But Jesus Christ is the only one that's perfect. So we got to stop accusing people on this earth, whether they're chosen by God or not. We got to stop accusing people on this earth for things that have happened to us or things that were done to us. It's not the people. It's the enemy using those people. So you got to not charge it against those people and know that the enemy used them the same way the enemy used you sometimes. You ain't perfect. You are not perfect. I'm not perfect. None of us are. Only Jesus Christ is perfect. So, yes, we strive to be like him. Yes, we try to, do what's right in everything. But we're not perfect. So, yeah, you've been hurt. It was valid. It was a valid reason to feel that way in the world. But this walk is to be more like Christ. This walk is to get to Christ. This is a kingdom walk. This is a spiritual walk. What we do on this earth what we gain in this earth, let me put it that way, it does not even matter. Material stuff don't matter. You get it. Yeah, you get it. You get it. But it don't matter at the end of the day. All this stuff could go away instantly. I've been having dreams about losing it all. I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about everybody. Like, there was a storm, literally 3 storms that rolled in back to back to back to back. First, it hit Little Rock, Arkansas. And when it hit Little Rock, sorry, my TV's going down, so that's why the color changed, but whatever. First, it hit Little Rock, Arkansas. And when it hit Little Rock, it hit 3 times back to back to back to back, this storm. And they were trying to warn people in certain surrounding areas that it was coming to them as well. And people were just talking, y'all seen what happened in Little Rock? Oh my God. It just hit and it just took over and it just destroyed so much stuff. It destroyed a lot, okay? It was basically like a flood. It wasn't the end of the world. So don't try to twist what I'm saying. It wasn't the end of the world, but it was a great destruction. And the destruction came because it was trying to get people's attention, to let them know all this other stuff y'all worshiping, all this other stuff y'all doing, it ain't right. And God is washing it away. He's destroying it because you're doing it wrong. So at the end of the day, God is going to get the glory. Whether he have to remove it, destroy it, take it away, whatever, he's going to get the glory. But you keep trying, and you keep trying, and you keep trying to justify what you're doing. Stop trying to justify it and go back to Jesus. Go back to him. Go back to him. Listen, it destroyed Little Rock. Then it came to another surrounding area, a few surrounding areas, but particularly the area that I live in. And the sky, y'all, the sky was so crazy. It was just clouds just appearing and disappearing. Like, literally like bubbles popping. Pop, 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 pop. That's the sound that you literally heard. And when you look up in the sky, you would see like there was this golden color, like the glory of God. That's how I see it, because that's how God has shown me, and that's just it. You have to see a whole nother video to understand what I'm talking about. But it was like this golden color, bright, behind these clouds. The sky was still the pretty sky blue. And these clouds were they weren't dark clouds. They were bright white clouds. But it wasn't the normal that we see when we look in the sky. And they were just popping, pop, 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 pop. Wind blowing, everything. And I remember I was talking to someone that was standing outside that was coming to my house. And they were staring in the sky in amazement because it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous, okay? And they were staring in the sky and they were like, did you see that? And I'm like, yeah, I saw it. I said, but you need to hurry up and come inside and come get your baby, because I was keeping that baby. And they were like, yeah, the storm just hit Little Rock. It was 3 of them back to back to back. So that's why I came early to come pick up the baby. And I was like, yes, come get the baby. So they came in, they got the baby, and they went home safely. Okay, let me make sure I clarify that. So then this storm rolled in and rolled out. It was quick. It was very quick. But it was a harsh storm. It was a rough storm. And so then right immediately after that storm, another family, 2 families came, because our house was sitting up really high. So 2 storms came. 2 families came to come seek shelter in our home. And I'm sorry, I just thought about another vision. Okay, but anyway, 2 families came to come seek shelter in our home. And so I was like, yeah, come on. It was 2 families that were close by. And I said, yeah, come on. And they came in, they were like, man, that last storm just destroyed our whole house. And this is not good right now. This is not good. God is trying to get his people's attention. I was telling them, yes, I know. They were like, did you see it? I'm like, yes. Mm-hmm. And although it was beautiful and people were staring at it and everything, it's like we couldn't take our eyes off of how gorgeous this storm was. And the Lord just revealed to me that that's because we were saved and we were okay, and we knew that it wouldn't harm us in the way that it would harm those that were not saved. Those that were not saved were perishing, or they were still going through the storm, but it wasn't good for them at all. Those that were saved, they were going through the storm, but they were coming out. They were coming out okay. They were coming out good. Although the area was destroyed, they were still okay. Even in the midst of this storm, one of the families that I let in, this lady prophesied to me that I was letting in, and she was like, I just want you to know you're about to lose everything. You're about to lose everything, but God is about to restore you even greater than now. You think what you have right now is your greatest, but God is about to restore you even greater than that. And so I was like, oh, I received it. Thank you. I knew it because God had already told me. So I knew it. A lot of times that's what a prophecy is. It's God confirming it for you. Something that he already told you. So I'm like, yes. And so we're looking out the window. We're up high looking out the window, and we're looking at the sky again. And here it is, forming again. And so my husband had slept through the first storm. So this time I was waking him up. I was like, babe, you missed it. This storm came in, blah, 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 blah. And I explained to her how the storm was. So then this time it was coming in again. And I'm like, look, that's what I'm talking about. This is what happened last time. So he looked, and everybody else was looking out the window. We looking up and looking at the sky, just form these clouds just forming and bursting, and while this happening, the wind is blowing, and you still hearing that pop sound over and over and over. This is the clouds popping and reappearing, just like those way bubbles do. That's how it was doing in the sky. Never seen this before, ever in my life. Never, ever. And so, all of a sudden, it starts pouring down, raining and hailing ice. And so the window got hit really, really bad. One of the windows in the house got hit really bad, and it left a crater in the window. Like, how it does when your rock hits your windshield. It left a big crater. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so my husband yelled, everybody get away from the windows. Well, like I said, we was amazed by how it looked. We looked, but we were like, oh yeah, it's time to get away from the windows. So we all, soon as we got ready to move back, well, as we were moving away from the window, turning away, this water came pouring, rushing in, because this was a humongous flood, basically. And me, I can't get submerged in water, right? Because it is strict. So I can't get submerged in water, or it will go, oh, I left a part out. I'm so sorry. So basically, the person that came to pick up that baby, they were saying in Little Rock that this storm was worse than the tornado that came in April. And this was April 2023. Okay. So yeah, back to where I was at. So I can't get wet. I can't get submerged. I can get wet, but I cannot get submerged in water since having this trach. And so in the dream, I still had the trach. Notice I say in the dream, I still had the trach, but I'm not going to have this trach forever. But that's another story. So in the dream, I'm under this water coming in. I'm under it. I'm swimming and everything, all of that. And so, and I can't swim in real life. I can swim underwater, but not on top of water. But yeah, I can't get submerged, so I'm not supposed to be swimming. But anyway, so in the dream, we all swimming. We trying to get out of this storm, okay, out of this flood. And so my kids weren't home, so I needed to go find my kids now, because this mass destruction has happened, and people are displaced and in chaos and everything else. But I'm still calm, and because I know the Lord got me. So I go, and me and my husband, we go and we look for my kids, and we ended up running up on some people that we knew, and they had a vehicle. And so we got in that vehicle, and they were like, where y'all going? I'm like, we got to find our kids. We got to find our kids. And so they were like, come on. And now a majority of the people were walking at this point, because cars been destroyed. They overturned everything else. But we were walking, and then we saw this vehicle, and it was just weird to see this vehicle coming when most of the vehicles had been destroyed. But this vehicle had came from another city that had not been destroyed yet. So they came in after all of this destruction. So they were able to drive through. So when that happened, like I said, we jumped into that vehicle, and then there was somebody else that we noticed, and they told us, hey, there is such and such didn't look good, and they look very evil. And I said, ooh, no, don't talk to them. They look like they changed. Don't talk to them. They look evil. They wouldn't listen. They wouldn't listen because they knew the old me. So they wouldn't listen. That's all another story. But my husband knew. My husband was like, nah, that ain't good. And so they were like, they know me. They know him. They know us. They good. Like, no, it don't matter what they knew of you before. That's not who they are now. Get away from them. Don't say anything to them. Keep driving. They wouldn't listen. So me and my husband, we snuck out the back door, the back passenger door, while they were talking and engaged in a conversation with this evil person. And so soon as that person saw them, they pretended like everything was fine. And me and my husband was sneaking out that back door. And so when we snuck out, we ran into Walmart, which was destroyed windows and well, not windows, but doors and everything were just broken. I mean, so you could just walk right in, and shelves and stuff were everywhere. They were just all over the place. It wasn't together anymore because a big flood had came through. So while we were running this, right before we ran into Walmart, we heard the person say, "Oh yeah, I remember you. Yeah, y'all Christians. Y'all get them." So it was a big team army behind them, and they were like, the person told them, grab them, get them, and torture them until they no longer believe or until they die. So it was nothing I could do because I had warned them. I mean, I got to go get to my kids. So it was nothing I could do. I had warned them. So they took them and they went to torture them or whatever. I couldn't see that part. I just know that that's what happened. And so me and my husband, we were hiding in these shelves in Walmart. And the same group of people was like, it was two in the back seat, final. And so they couldn't, they had marched, walked, whatever. They was in formation. So they had walked right past us, marched right past us. And then I was getting ready to come out and my husband stopped. He was like, wait, not yet, somebody else coming. So it was a whole nother army. I can't say the name. I'm not released to say the name, but I know the name of this type of army. But they came, and they were from a whole nother country, okay? But they came looking for them people that had just taken those other people to torture them, all right? And so my husband was like, no, because they going to get them. And then while they're getting them, we could take off. So that's what we did. We kind of tried to wait it out until they going after these other group of people. When I say it was groups and groups of people, evil people, good people, all of this, there was so many, different people had teamed up and had different alliances. Some were for Christ, some were not. Some were for other religions. I'm not talking about any type of religion that believes in Jesus Christ. I'm talking about they were for other things, other beliefs and things like that. And they had basically this other group had tried to overtake the other one. But a few of them, including the leader that was speaking to this other group of people that they had just captured and tortured, they came up behind me and my husband and grabbed us. And so when they grabbed us, this person, they recognized me and they were like, oh yeah, you such and such. Yeah, you're a Christian, ain't you? And so I'm like, I ain't finna deny Jesus. That's what I'm saying in my head. So I'm like, yeah. And then they were like, oh yeah, torture them. And so all of a sudden I hear, Mama, and it's my kids. And so my kids were captured by this group. And so they were like, oh, that's your people? Get them too. Get them, put them all together and torture them. And so I was okay at that point. That was the tears right there. I was relieved that I heard my babies. And so I was just like, oh, I'm good now. I got my babies. My whole family back together. Okay? So they ran to us, and then this person that was over that group, the evil person, they told one of their members of their group to capture us, that Christians torture them until they don't believe or until they die. So this person, they came and they were like, oh, you such and such, such and such. And they were like, oh, whatever you do, say you don't believe. And I'm like, Mm, I'm thinking, I don't know if I can do that. And so I'm like, I'm thinking of Peter in the Bible when he denied God. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that. I mean, reading that and hearing that story, I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. You had already been warned that you was going to deny him. And then you're going to deny him? Crazy. 3 times. What? Not me. I wasn't there. So you just going to have to kill me. You just going to have to kill me. At least I died for a good reason. I died believing. So, yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, yes, whatever you do, say you don't believe. So they taking us, and then they were trying to be gentle, actually. And then the person said, I said tortured him. So they started pushing us and pretending like, they were being rough or whatever. And they were like, y'all just yell out like you're being tortured. So we did that until we were out of their sight. They went the opposite way and we went another way. So we kept going like, we were being tortured, screaming out, all of that. And so finally we get to this room and the person was like, y'all don't have a mark? And I'm looking like, what you mean? And they were like, look. And so I looked at their forehead and they had a mark. And I'm like, but this person, his mark was smeared at the bottom of it. And I was like, yours don't look like the other people's, because everybody, those evil people, they had the mark too. If it wasn't on their forehead, it was on their right wrist or right hand. Okay, underneath their right wrist or their right, on top of their right hand or their forehead. And so I was like, your mark don't look right. And he was like, yeah, don't tell nobody. Let me fix it. So he took out this stamp to fix it. And then he was like, I'm still a believer, but I just got this mark to throw them off. And they was like, here, y'all put it on, and then they won't know. They'll think that y'all are not Christians. And I was like, They was like, it's fake. It's not real. It's just so you'll be able to still survive out here. Because without it, you cannot be around these other people. And I was like, I don't care. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting on the fake mark either. They were like, suit yourself. You don't put his mark on. And so they were trying to tell me, my husband, and the kids put the mark. I was like, oh, yeah, we not doing it. We not doing it. So we took off and we went basically to go survive. We were surviving off the land, literally off the land, off grid. And we had a vehicle that worked off-road, and it happened to be electric. It's something that we had purchased and hid early on. And early on, before this flood came through and destroyed all this different stuff. So we went and we got it in that, and we went and we hid for some years. And this person was like, they were like, all right, I'm gonna leave y'all, but let me show y'all where we are. And I'm like, I'm so confused on what's going on. What is this? What's going on right now? Because it was feeling like it was seeming like it was the rapture after the rapture, but it wasn't. And so they pulled out this kind of like a map, but it was a timeline, and they were like, no, so this right here is where we are. And they showed us on the timeline. They were showing us, according to the Bible, where we were. They were like, this right here, where we are right now, is these 7 years that you got to go through this destruction, this roughness, these wars, these floods, and all this different stuff. This is the 7 years. And then immediately after these 7 years is the rapture. And the rapture is when Jesus come back and take all, y'all know, even y'all know. I'm talking about even the ones that's believing in this other stuff. You know, please get it right. So, man, so I was like, okay, well, where are we in the 7 years? Because these wars and all these floods and all these fires and all this different stuff, this has been going on for a while now. Where are we within the 7 years? And he was like, now that I don't know, because I can't remember exactly when it started. I don't know if it started before the pandemic or after the pandemic, or I don't know when it started, but it started sometime within there. So we've been doing this for some years already and didn't realize it. So our 7 years is probably almost up, which means the rapture was getting ready to happen soon. Now, why they had the mark, I don't know what this mark was all about. I don't know if it was the mark of the beast. I don't know what the mark was about. But I know people were getting marked as people that didn't believe. Okay, so I don't know. The Lord has not revealed that fully to me yet. I have an idea, but I don't want to speak on that until I know for sure. But yes. So, but I looked, it's crazy because I was watching a video on YouTube, and while I'm watching this is real life now. This is after the dream. After I woke up, I told my husband about the dream, because after that period where the man showed us the map and all of that kind of stuff, I woke up. All right. So now this is real life. I told my husband about the dream. And when I told him, he said, that sounded like a warning. He said, that definitely sounded like a warning. And I was like, I don't know if God telling me to tell people or what. I wasn't even going here. I wasn't even going to tell y'all about it yet, because I wasn't sure. But me just coming on, giving that warning that I gave in the beginning, it led to the dream. Crazy. Gotta obey. So, anyway, I told my husband about it, and he was like, it sounded like a warning. So I was just like, I don't know if I need to tell people about it or not. And so basically, we were watching YouTube hours later, y'all, hours later, watching YouTube, watching a random YouTube video that just so happened to pop up. And so it was interesting. So I was watching it. And all of a sudden, there was this writing, not regular English writing, that popped up on the screen. And in the video, they said Jesus is taking account for everything, every bad thing that these people are doing, because what happened in this video, people were making a mockery of God. And so it's like Jesus is taking note of this. They might not be getting, it might seem like they're getting away with things now here on earth, but it's being noted. And so this writing was in, I believe, I don't want to call it wrong, Hebrew or Arabic. I don't want to call it wrong, but it was a certain writing. And when I tell y'all, there was one particular symbol, letter, whatever it is, I don't know, because I'm not educated in that, so I have no idea. And I don't mean any disrespect. I'm not educated in that, so I can't speak on what exactly it is. But I had to rewind the video and pause it. And I told my husband, I said, oh my God. And I went to the TV and I outlined with my finger the area. I said, this was the mark they were getting. I said, how can I look this up to see what it means? Mm-hmm. And he was like, just like I'm dumb or something. He was like, just look it up on Google. So I'm like, okay, help me figure it out. How do I do it? How do I do it? Because I don't know nothing about looking up pictures on Google search. Like he said, look it up in Google search. But anyway, y'all excuse me for sniffing. I have to. So anyway, he said, look it up on Google's picture search. And so I did that. And I had him help me, and I finally found it. And it said that symbol meant, or letter meant, the accuser. And it also meant, oh my gosh, I wish I could pull it up. I'm gonna I don't know. I wish I could pull it up. But it meant the accuser. And it meant accusations. I was like, accusations? And then it was like something that's not true. Something that's false, but they trying to make it come across as true. What? That was the mark? And these people were not believers, but they were trying to make it come across as true. What? Out of all the symbols that I could have saw, that was the symbol? What? And even, what's so crazy is I also had a dream years ago when my first child, who is now 21, before she was even 2, I had a dream about people having this mark all over them. And it was the exact same mark, the exact same. I recognized it because it scared me the first time I had that dream. Like I said, that was well over 20 years ago. And I had that dream, and this mark was on the roads. It was on signs. And basically, it was like, if you had that mark, you would go in that direction. You were safe to go in that direction. But other people that didn't have it, they couldn't go. They could not go. They could not go. They could not go. Okay? They could not go. But if you had that mark, and the mark was on that road or that sign, like these signs were posted up on trees, they were spray painted on like the highway signs that we have. That's how it was, y'all. That's how it was, okay? And so when I saw this mark again on TV, on YouTube, I was like, what? And like I said, it said the accuser. The accusations. What? What? That was enough for me. I was like, wow, trying to make people believe something that's not true. Trying to make them believe something that's not true. Wow. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up and pay attention. Y'all better turn from those things. Y'all better chop these this stuff you worshiping down. Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw it out. Bag it all up and throw it out. Okay? Bag it up. Throw it out. Get rid of it. It ain't the way. That's not your source. That's not the source. You ain't getting charged from the SUN. You getting charged from the SON and the Holy Spirit. But you are not getting charged from those SUN. You're not getting charged by conjuring up stuff. Stop manipulating people. Stop lying on people. Stop bringing up people's past. That's old. That's old news. Old news. Old news. It ain't like that no more. Stop. Focus on you. Focus on the Lord. Y'all better listen. This thing already went long enough. Listen, get it together. The Lord is coming back. There's gonna be a great destruction, y'all. There's gonna be a great destruction. If you ain't on the right team, you're gonna get lost. You're gonna get lost. I hear it. You're gonna get lost in the sauce. You don't want to get lost in the sauce. Y'all, it's literally, listen, I love my sleep. Everybody that know me know I love my sleep. Y'all, it's 1 something in the morning. It's 2 something in the morning probably by now. I can't even tell. I think it's 2 something now. Yes, it is 2:18. 2:28. I'm sorry. Look, listen. Right there. It's 2:28. I don't be up like this. I be getting my sleep. I need my sleep. I only get up like this if the Lord say get up. And so here I am. All this shuffling it off. But y'all, for real, seriously, you better pay attention. Y'all not, now I know y'all coming across other messages. You better pay attention. The Lord trying to talk to you. I don't care what you believe. But you better start believing in Jesus Christ. You still got a little time, a little. But these warnings are your warnings before destruction. Get on the right team. I'm trying to tell y'all, get on the right team. It don't make no sense to be out here lost when it's readily available. Readily available. It's on your phone. Get the Bible app on your phone. Open it up. Just open it up. Just read the daily stuff if you don't know where to start. And then find you a good church to get into. I said it. Find you a good church to get into. I said it. I'm going to say it again. Find you a good church to get into. I got one for you if you don't know one. Shoot, you can ride with me if you need to. Next excuse. And also, if you follow me on Facebook or YouTube, you'll see it there too. But get in it. 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 Ain't nobody here perfect, so don't be looking for people to be perfect. Don't be saying, oh, but they do this, they do that. You the judge now. You the judge. What about what you do? Yeah. What about what you do? So how about you focus on getting you together and follow Christ? I'm going to focus on getting me together while I'm following Christ. I ain't perfect, but I strive to be like him every day. Even if it made me look stupid. Some of y'all going to call me crazy after this. So, only what you do for Christ will last anyway. So call me crazy. Call me stupid. Say, oh my God, y'all, she done gone off on the deep end. I know everything you say. And it don't bother me. Because I know who I am and whose I am. So call me stupid, call me crazy. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Because I know who I am and whose I am. And I get joy out of that alone. If you can't tell. I get joy out of that alone. So, regardless of what you say about me, I'm going to be me. Who he called me to be. Not who I want to be. Who he called me to be. Because I want to be exactly who he called me to be. So, hopefully you do the same. Look, signing off like a YouTube video. Thanks for watching. But, yeah, y'all, get to know him, all right? I love y'all, but guess who loves you more? Guess who loves you more? Jesus Christ, the Son of the living the true and living God. Okay? Love y'all. Good night. I'm going back to sleep if the Lord say the same. Because I got stuff to do in the morning. Good night.